Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin tonight with a simple question. How are you using your time? If I were to ask you what you have done with this year, would you be proud of your answer? Or would you feel that time has slipped through your fingers, another year gone without purpose, without progress? Let me tell you, your time on this earth is not a waiting room. It's not a space to linger hoping that something will change for you. It's a precious gift, one you cannot afford to waste. Each moment you allow to pass by without intention, without action, is a moment you can never recover. Time is the only resource that once spent is gone forever. The value of time. Time is one of the most precious gifts we've ever been given, and yet it is one of the most misunderstood and often overlooked aspects of our lives. Imagine a currency that flows without pause, a wealth that is beyond savings or hoarding, and a resource that renews each day only to be spent again in ways that can never be undone. That currency is time. It has no favorites, no prejudice. It slips away minute by minute, second by second, without asking permission and without waiting for us to catch up. It is life's reminder that what we do with each fleeting moment is truly our only true power. In our day-to-day lives, it's easy to get lost in routines, trapped in habits, or lulled into comfort zones, all while time continues to move forward. We tell ourselves that tomorrow will be the day we take action, that next week we'll pursue our dreams, or that next year will be our time to shine. But time, as patient as it may seem, waits for no one. The hours turn into days, the days into years, and before we know it, we look back only to realize how many tomorrows have come and gone without us taking the steps we once dreamed of. Time doesn't pause for our hesitation, it doesn't slow for our doubts, and it doesn't wait for us to be ready. So if we understand time's value, why do we hesitate to use it wisely? Imagine each day as an opportunity, a blank canvas handed to you by the universe. Every moment is a brushstroke, and with each decision we paint a little bit more of the masterpiece that is our life. How will we use our strokes? Will we create art of meaning, of purpose, of resilience, or will we leave our canvas half finished, filled with colors of indecision and regret? The choices we make with our time define not only who we are, but also the legacy we leave behind. Time is the silent architect of our lives, building either monuments of triumph or ruins of missed potential. Every moment wasted is a moment that could have been a stepping stone to something greater. Time teaches us that every interaction, every connection, every second we spend with others has value beyond measure. It is in these fleeting interactions that we create memories, build relationships, and share pieces of ourselves that can never be recreated or relived. The time we give to others is one of the most significant gifts we can offer. When we spend time with someone, we're giving them a part of our life that we can never get back. That is why we must be intentional in how we share it, with whom we spend it, and what we choose to leave behind in those moments. Think about the impact we can have by giving just a little bit more time to those we love, to those who need encouragement, or even to those who may feel overlooked. And what about the time we give ourselves? Far too often, we put ourselves at the bottom of our priority list. We give our energy to others, our attention to distractions, and our time to tasks that don't truly fulfill us, only to wonder why we feel drained or unfulfilled. But taking time for yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. It's in those moments of solitude, of introspection, that we discover our true desires, our hidden strengths, and our deepest passions. Time invested in self-discovery is never wasted. It's the foundation upon which we build our dreams and aspirations. When we understand who we are and what we want, we're able to make choices that honor our values and align with our purpose. The journey of life is unpredictable, and while we cannot control the length of our time on this earth, we can control the quality of it. We can choose to live with intention, to seize opportunities, to pursue our passions, and to make each moment count. When we start valuing time, we begin to prioritize what truly matters. We focus less on trivial pursuits and more on things that bring us joy, fulfillment, and peace. We start living in a way that we can be proud of, in a way that honors the gift of time we've been given. Time has a way of humbling us, reminding us that while we may have big dreams and plans, our time is still finite. Let's not let this reminder be a cause for fear or regret. Instead, let it be a catalyst, a call to action. We have today, this moment right now, and it's up to us to make the most of it. Whether it's building a career, nurturing relationships, chasing dreams, or simply finding joy in the present, every choice we make counts. We are the authors of our stories. And with each day, each hour, each second, we are writing our legacy. Let's live a life that reflects the true value of time. Let's choose to see each day as a fresh opportunity to create, to connect, and to grow. Let's live in a way that when our time eventually comes to an end, we can look back and know that we used every moment with purpose, every breath with gratitude, and every heartbeat with love. Time is fleeting, but it is also the greatest gift we have. Recognizing the power of choice. The journey of life is at its core a series of choices. Each of us is presented with moments that test our resolve, our courage, and our understanding of who we are. Every day, from the seemingly insignificant to the life-changing, we make choices. But how often do we truly recognize the power of those choices? How often do we realize that the trajectory of our lives, the dreams we hold, and the impact we make on this world are all ultimately within our grasp? Imagine for a moment that each decision we make is like a brushstroke on the canvas of our lives. Small, seemingly ordinary choices blend together over time, forming the picture that defines who we are and who we will become. Each choice is a defining moment, an opportunity to shape our future. The power we hold in our hands is nothing less than the power to direct our lives toward greatness or away from it. We are, in essence, the architects of our own destiny. It's easy to overlook this. In a world where we are often pulled in 1,000 directions, where voices of doubt or conformity whisper that we should stay small, it is a radical act to assert our choices with intention. Many people drift through life accepting circumstances as fixed realities. They believe that their dreams are distant, unattainable, or that only a lucky few have the power to pursue what truly inspires them. But I am here to tell you that belief is a lie. Each of us has within us the potential to choose differently, to choose courage over fear, to choose growth over comfort, to choose purpose over complacency. When we start to understand that our choices have the power to ignite change, to alter not just our lives, but the lives of those around us, we begin to embrace a new perspective. Imagine a life where you make decisions based on what will lift you higher, based on what will fulfill your deepest aspirations. Imagine waking up each morning with a clear understanding that you are not a passive participant in life, but an active creator. That is the power of choice. That is the power of realizing that each of us can step out of the shadows of doubt and into the light of purpose and determination. Of course, the path is not always easy. Making choices that align with our truest selves often requires courage. It takes courage to step away from what others expect, to leave behind the familiar for the possibility of something greater. But I ask you, is there anything more powerful than a person who recognizes their choices and uses them to craft a life of meaning? The moment you take ownership of your choices, the moment you decide to live with intention and purpose, you awaken the force of transformation. You become someone who can change, grow, and reach new heights. Every day offers a new opportunity to shape our lives, So I challenge each of you here today to think about the choices you are making. Consider how each decision can lead you closer to your goals, closer to the person you want to be. Let us not be spectators in our own lives. Let us take hold of the power of choice and use it to forge a life that inspires, empowers, and transcends the ordinary. For when we recognize the power of our choices, we recognize the power within ourselves. And with that, there is truly nothing we cannot achieve. Breaking the chains of procrastination. It's a word that lingers in our minds, an invisible chain that keeps us from moving forward, from achieving, from living our best lives. It's that ever-present weight, a force that holds us back from seizing the opportunities in front of us and realizing the dreams that have been planted in our hearts. But let's be real, procrastination isn't simply about putting off a task. It's a deeper, often hidden struggle, one that binds us with doubts, with fears, and with a tendency to push the important aside for the easier path. Today, I want to talk to you about breaking those chains. I want you to understand that procrastination isn't just a habit, it's a mindset. A choice we make over and over again that convinces us tomorrow will be a better day to start, that next week we'll feel more ready, that someday we'll finally find that perfect moment. But the truth is that perfect moment doesn't exist. The power of today, of this very moment, is what matters. And we all hold that power within us. Every single person here has the capacity to say, enough, I'm breaking this cycle. I am done waiting for a better day, because today is that day. Imagine, if you will, how many dreams, how many brilliant ideas, how much creativity has been left untouched because someone said, I'll do it later. What could we accomplish if we broke free from that cycle of putting off what truly matters? Think about the goals you've set aside, the aspirations you've delayed. Think of the freedom, the exhilaration of finally casting off those chains and stepping boldly into a life of action and intention. Now, breaking the chains of procrastination isn't easy. It demands courage. It demands us to look within ourselves and ask hard questions. Why do we hesitate? What are we afraid of? Is it the fear of failure? Is it the comfort of the familiar? Because let's face it, procrastination, as damaging as it is, can be comfortable. It allows us to stay where we are, to avoid the risk, the vulnerability that comes with putting ourselves out there. But let's be honest with ourselves. How comfortable is it to live a life that's half-lived, one that's defined by what we could have done rather than what we actually achieved? I want each of you to take a moment to envision the life you desire, the life where you are free from the chains of I'll do it tomorrow. Picture a life where you stand boldly in your purpose, where you embrace each day as an opportunity, and where your actions align with the greatness you know lies within you. That life is not as distant as you might think. That life is one choice away. It's about shifting from someday to today. From I'll try to I will. Now, it's not enough to simply envision this life. We have to act. We have to start, even if that beginning is imperfect. You see, procrastination loves perfectionism. It feeds off our desire to get everything just right before we begin. But the truth is, nothing in this world was ever achieved by waiting for perfect conditions. It's the imperfect steps, the stumbling beginnings, the small actions that build momentum and bring us closer to our goals. Each step, no matter how small, is a crack in those chains that bind us. And let me tell you, the more you act, the more those chains weaken. Each day that you choose to move forward, that you choose to prioritize your goals over your comfort, you are transforming yourself. You are building resilience, you are strengthening your confidence, and you are breaking free from the weight that has held you back for far too long. Think of the people who inspire you. Are they perfect? Did they wait for everything to fall into place before they began? No, they took risks, they faced setbacks, they persevered. And that's what each of us must do. To conquer procrastination is to choose a life of courage over one of comfort. It's to embrace growth, to step into the unknown, and to believe in the power we hold to create our own destiny. So as we stand here today, let's make a commitment not to perfection, but to progress. A commitment to start, to take that first step, however small, and to keep moving forward. Because the life we dream of, the life we know we are meant to live, is waiting on the other side of those chains. The cost of playing small. We stand in a world that demands greatness, yet too often we find ourselves shrinking, holding back, playing small in a universe that calls us to stand tall. Have you ever wondered what playing small truly costs? When you limit your ambitions, when you choose to hide in the shadows of potential instead of walking boldly into the light of opportunity, you're not just depriving yourself, you're depriving the world of the unique gifts and purpose that only you can bring. Every one of us is born with untapped potential, with dreams and talents woven into our very being. And yet many of us make the choice, often unconsciously, to downplay that potential. We silence the bold voice within us that calls for something greater. But when we play small, we lose our voice, we weaken our impact, and we deny ourselves the experience of living fully, courageously, and authentically. We trade away possibility for comfort, but in doing so, we also give up the right to see what we're truly capable of achieving. Imagine, if you will, that your life is a book waiting to be written. Each chapter is filled with experiences, challenges, triumphs, and moments of sheer beauty. But when you play small, you leave those pages blank. You rob yourself of the story that could have been, the adventures, the growth, the connections, and the legacy you could have created. This is the cost of a life unlived, the price of dreams left on the shelf. We forget that every step we don't take leaves us one step farther from where we are meant to be. And this cost, this missed opportunity, doesn't just affect us individually. Our playing small affects our families, our friends, our communities. When we don't rise, we give others permission to stay in their comfort zones as well. When we shy away from our dreams, we tell those around us that playing it safe is better than risking failure for greatness. We create a cycle of stagnation instead of a wave of inspiration. But when we step up, when we choose to play big, we not only transform our lives, but ignite a spark in others. Suddenly, they too feel permission to chase their own dreams. And this is where the ripple effect begins. Your courage becomes their courage. Your achievements become their motivation. Your growth encourages them to grow too. Let me tell you something essential. Playing small doesn't keep you safe. It only keeps you hidden. We think that by holding back, we avoid criticism, disappointment, or failure. But the reality is, failure isn't found in reaching for more and coming up short. It's found in settling for less and never daring to see what might have been. And the people who could criticize, who might doubt or question your choices, they will always have something to say whether you succeed or not. You have to decide who you are, living for the opinions of others or the fulfillment of your own purpose. In every moment that we hesitate, in every opportunity we pass by, we pay a price. We trade away pieces of ourselves for the illusion of stability and acceptance. But the truth is, our spirit suffers when we deny its desire to grow. Life is meant to be expansive, challenging, and transformative. It's meant to push us, stretch us, and sometimes even break us, only to build us back stronger and wiser. Each time we choose to play small, we reject this growth and we deny ourselves the gifts that only come through embracing risk, vulnerability, and passion. embracing the future with purpose. Today, as we stand on the brink of a rapidly evolving world, a world that seems to change with every heartbeat, there lies an extraordinary opportunity before us. This opportunity is not about merely moving forward or keeping up. It's about embracing the future with purpose. It's about stepping forward with intention, clarity, and a deep commitment to not just witness the unfolding of tomorrow, but to shape it with our hands, our hearts, and our minds. Embracing the future with purpose means stepping away from the complacency that often tempts us to settle, to get comfortable, to stay safe in the known. This approach isn't about watching the future roll by, hoping it will be kind or generous. Instead, it's about claiming our right to design a future aligned with our highest values, dreams, and potential. But how do we do this? How do we approach the unknown, the uncertain, and the uncontrollable, not with fear or hesitation, but with confidence and conviction? The answer lies in our willingness to grow, to evolve, and to be endlessly curious. The future belongs to those who are committed to learning, who find joy in discovery, and who aren't afraid to admit that they don't have all the answers. Think about it, the world of tomorrow will look vastly different from today, with advancements in technology, changes in the environment, and shifts in social structures. For us to thrive in that world, we must adopt a mindset that is fluid, open, and adaptable. We must embrace change not as something to be feared, but as something to be welcomed, even anticipated. Purpose is the compass that guides us through this journey. It grounds us, reminding us of who we are and what we stand for, even as the world around us shifts. Purpose gives us resilience, a resilience that is so necessary when the path gets rough, when our steps falter, or when we feel like giving up. With purpose, we aren't simply reacting to the future, we are actively creating it. We're looking ahead, setting goals, crafting visions, and aligning our actions to manifest a world that reflects our ideals. Moreover, as we move toward the future, we must also learn to embrace the unknown. There will be moments when we can't see the full picture, when doubt and uncertainty cloud our path. But it is in these very moments that purpose becomes our guiding light. Our purpose fuels our courage, reminding us that even though the road may be uncertain, the journey is worth it. We learn to trust ourselves, to rely on our intuition, and to keep moving forward, even if we don't know exactly where the path will lead. Embracing the future means knowing that each step we take is part of a greater journey, one that will ultimately lead us to a place of growth, understanding, and fulfillment. In this journey, let us never underestimate the power of imagination. Imagination is the spark that ignites innovation. It's the force that challenges the status quo and dares to envision what others deem impossible. With purpose as our anchor and imagination as our fuel, we become unstoppable. We begin to see the future not as something predetermined, but as something we have the power to shape, mold, and bring to life. Finally, let us remember that purpose is not static, it evolves just as we do. It grows as we grow, and it shifts as we gain new insights and experiences. Embracing the future with purpose means being open to refining, expanding, and sometimes even redefining our purpose. It's about being flexible enough to adapt our goals while remaining steadfast in our values. It's about understanding that the journey is ongoing, that there will always be more to learn, more to achieve, and more to give. As we look forward, we must recognize the importance of empathy, of connection, and of community. Technology might continue to advance at lightning speed, but the essence of what makes us human remains unchanged. We are creatures of connection. We are designed to collaborate, to support, and to uplift one another. The future we want to see is one where no one is left behind, where progress benefits all, and where every individual is empowered to contribute their unique gifts. Embracing the future with purpose means ensuring that our advancements lift others, that our success creates pathways for those who will follow. As I stand here today, I want to leave you with one undeniable truth. The life you want is not somewhere in the future. It begins now. The dreams, the goals, the success you desire are all within reach. But they won't come to you if you continue to wait for the perfect moment. That moment is now. That opportunity is now. The time to act is now. This is your life. You are the master of your own fate, the captain of your own ship. And while no one can control the winds, you have the power to adjust your sails. You can decide right now that you will no longer let another year pass you by in indecision, fear, or regret. You have within you the strength, the ability, and the purpose to create a future that aligns with the greatness you were born to fulfill. So make a decision today. Decide that you will no longer waste time. Decide that you will stop procrastinating and start pursuing your purpose with everything inside of you. Don't let another year slip away in the shadows of what could have been. Step into the light of what will be. You have everything you need to succeed. Just begin. And trust that each step you take will lead you closer to the life you were meant to live. The power is in your hands. The future is waiting. Make it count. Thank you.